How was history class?
It was good.
What you guys did at the end of the history class?
I didn't do anything.
Arya, you were the person who did everything.
No, I didn't do anything.
Arya, acha, okay. Wait, I'll tell you. Wait, just a minute. Wait, I'll tell you. Just a minute. What we were doing bills. Oh, like Council of Ministers, right? Good evening, Lipsa. Lipsa, yeah, it's early morning for me. If early morning for you, I guess. Okay. Hi guys. So today I'll give you some tricks. Okay, I'll give you some tricks. Before that, what I'd like to tell is uh, like in this year's paper, most of the questions were till DPSP. Most of the questions were till DPSP. Okay, that is directive principle of state policy. Okay, clear. If you analysis this year's paper, most of the questions from DPSP. So expect more number of questions from Part 5 of Indian Constitution. Uske baad. So next year's paper, large crunch of questions will be after President, Vice President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers from this part. Clear? So you should have a deep knowledge about that part also. ठीक है, अर्पित समझ में आ गया? आज अर्पित समझ, क्योंकि ये चीज मैं पहले ही बता देता हूँ कि इस साल के पेपर में मोस्ट नंबर ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस फॉर डीपीएसपी. So अगली बार the major crunch of question, and I am expecting 21 questions next year. 21 questions means 42 marks, and the cutoff will be 105 to 110. Okay, I want you to get this 21 questions right plus 20 questions of current affairs right. Okay, so you will be approximately around 20 questions of current affairs, around 82 questions, 82 marks. So rest you have to score from other subjects. So I want you to secure this. Okay, so for that, polity should be on your tips. I am expecting 21 questions because this year's paper in political section was till DPSP, and next year pakka it will be from after the president. So ये चीज याद रखना, because with the passage of time I will forget this thing. And I have a message for you from one of my friend. She has been, she's an MBA aspirant. Okay, she's an MBA aspirant. She called me. She's a childhood friend of mine. She called me yesterday, and she's into her final year of MBA. And she told me she usually watches our class, and out of all the classes, out of all the batches, she considers that this batch has the most caliber to produce IAS officers. She took the names of few students. Okay, she know each one of you individually, like Palak, Arya, Arpit, and she was saying this guys, all of you, students in this batch has a real good caliber to crack UPSC. So this is like, I was very surprised that someone knows your name, and she was like, Palak should improve this, Arya should improve this. So it's a message for you, and she conveyed that wishes to you guys. Okay, and अमन तेरा भी नाम लिया था, टेंशन मत ले. अमन अलग परेशान है, दुनिया अलग चल रही है, अमन अलग चल रहा है. कन्वे, I'll convey. अमन ने थैंक्स बोला है, तो I'll convey that. We were doing Council of Ministers, right? We were doing Council of Ministers. भैया मैंने नहीं बोला तुम इतना नहीं हो, मैंने कभी नहीं बोला तुम फिलहाल आईएएस बनने के लायक बन गए हो. ठीक है, ये दुनिया का कहना है. ओके, वी वर डूइंग काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. कौन से पार्ट तक हमने कर दिया था काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स में? विच वाज द लास्ट मिनिस्टर लाइक एक्सप्लेन? डेप्यूटी मिनिस्टर्स एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था. डेप्यूटी मिनिस्टर्स कर दिया था, एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था.
तक किया था. यस,
कर दिया था, एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था ना.
यस सर, यस सर.
ओके, उसके बाद मैंने एक नोट लिखवाया था, द अबव मेंशन नोट भी हो गया था. नाउ Now the major thing we have to do is, like, just a minute, size of council of ministers. Size of council of ministers. Can anyone tell what is the size of council of ministers? Size. कौन बताएगा? How many council of ministers can be there? Size of council of ministers. बताइए. मतलब साइज मतलब उनका हाइट एंड वेट नहीं कि कितने काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स हो सकते हैं. सपोज इस बार मोदी सरकार बनी तो कितने मिनिस्टर्स हो सकते हैं? Is it limited? भैया हाँ, it is limited. Disha is saying 10 to 20. Amman is saying, is it limited? Arpit, Palak, Sakshi, Soumya, I want an answer. Manju, Arya. %15 of elected members? No. No, Arpit. Not exactly right. अर्पित माइक्रोफोन यूज करना, मुझे एक डाउट है, मैं पूछ के क्लियर कर लेता हूँ. अर्पित.
हाँ भाई, जैसे कि
अर्पित एक बात बताओ, आपने लिखा है 15% ऑफ इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स. ये इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स से आप क्या मीन कर रहे हैं?
लोकसभा, आई थिंक
लोकसभा. हाँ, राइट, लोकसभा. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन. एक बार लिख लीजिए. एक बार लिख लीजिए. साक्षी नहीं. Size of council of ministers. Okay, according to 91st Amendment Act, according to 91st Amendment Act 2003, according to 91st Amendment Act 2003, the size of council of ministers, the size of council of ministers is fixed. The council of ministers, including the prime ministers, the council of ministers including the prime minister shall not exceed 15% of total strength of Lok Sabha. 15% of total strength of Lok Sabha. मतलब इफ लोकसभा मतलब जितने भी लोग लोकसभा में इलेक्ट हुए हैं उसके 15% से कम या 15% तक काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स हो सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि यू हैव 545 मेंबर्स एंड यू आर मेकिंग 500 काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर. इट कैन नॉट हैपन. 15% ऑफ टोटल स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ लोकसभा. अगर आपकी लोकसभा की स्ट्रेंथ 545 है तो 15% ऑफ दैट ओनली कैन बिकम द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. And it can be lesser than that, it can be equal to 15%, but it cannot be more than 15%. Clear? The size of council of ministers is 15% of total strength of Lok Sabha. अर्पित, मैंने आपको गलत क्यों बोला था? You just wrote कि elected members. Elected members can be the members of Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. समझ में आया? But 15% of the total strength of Lok Sabha. Clear? ये एक एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन है, पेपर में पूछा जा सकता है. ओके, नाउ अगर मैं पूछूं रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स, दिस इज फ्रॉम द मेंस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ओके, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स, responsibility of council of ministers is not working. Okay, what is the major responsibility of council of ministers? Can anyone tell what is the major responsibility of COM? Can anyone tell? मंजू बता पाएंगे अब? मंजू है क्लास में? हाँ है ना मंजू? मंजू is not writing, saying anything. मंजू बताओ.
Yes,
बताओ major responsibility of council of ministers.
sir, to handle different ministries.
मंजू डिस्टर्बेंस है, मैं म्यूट कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है पीछे से, ठीक है ठीक है। नहीं मंजू गलत आंसर था वैसे, बताता हूँ क्या है, बट उससे पहले नॉरेम, नॉरेम, what is the major responsibility of council of ministers?
Sir, I don't know, sir. I think.
It's okay, Noram, don't worry. Sakshi.
Yes, sir.
बताए बेटा, major responsibility. Portfolios is different thing. Portfolios is different thing. There are two types. Sakshi बताओ.
Sir, they are given specific profiles. I mean, different ministries.
You guys are going in wrong way. Anyone else who wants to? Lipsa, you want to try? Lakshmi, Lipsa, anyone? Those who want to try, please. हाँ Lipsa.
Might be like उनका जो प्रेसिडेंट के साथ जब भी मीटिंग्स रहता है तो might be they advice देते होंगे प्रेसिडेंट को.
That one is correct. Second one. That one is correct.
Okay. प्रेसिडेंट को जो भी एडवाइस दिया जाता होगा प्रेसिडेंट उसको कंसीडर करते होंगे.
वो ठीक है बेटा, वो ठीक है, वो ठीक है, वो ठीक है. I agree. The first one is correct. Second one.
नहीं पता, वही हो सकता.
Okay, Lakshmi is typing. Let us wait for her. There is a response. Very good, Lakshmi. Very good. See, Lipsa and Lakshmi both are correct. They are responsible to the Honorable President of India and they are responsible to Lok Sabha as well. Okay. Please write down. There is. I'll explain you each thing very deeply with articles. Please write down responsibility of Council of Ministers. Responsibility of Council of Ministers. They have two types of responsibility. Responsibility of COM. छोटा छोटा लिख देता हूं, ठीक है. Number one is individual responsibility. Individual responsibility, and number two is collective responsibility. Number two is collective responsibility. ठीक है, collective responsibility. Now, please write down individual responsibility. Please write down individual responsibility. Under Article 72, subclause 2. Under Article 75, subclause 2. Under Article 75, subclause 2. A minister is individually responsible. A minister is individually responsible to the Honorable President of India. That means a minister is appointed by the President of India. A minister is appointed by the President of India and can be removed by the President of India. Can be removed by the President of India. Article 75, subclause 2 says that a minister, not the entire ministry, like I am talking about single minister, Amit Shah, Narendra Modi as individual is responsible to Honorable President of India, because the President of India is the person who appoints the Council of Ministers and the President of India is the person who removes the ministers. So individually they are responsible to the President because the President appoints the minister and the President removes the minister. समझ में आ गया? Basically they are answerable to the President. Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? And underline the term a minister. That means single minister, individually. समझ में आ गया ना? Now, please write down collective responsibility. Collective responsibility. Under Article 75, subclause 3, Subclause 3, the ministers collectively, that means as a whole, पूरी तरीके से सारे मिलके, मोदी, अमित शाह, निर्मला सीतारमण, as whole, okay, collectively is responsible to the Lok Sabha. That is the house of people. ओके, सारे मिनिस्टर्स कहाँ बैठते हैं? ऑलमोस्ट सारे मिनिस्टर्स लोकसभा में बैठते हैं. अगर कोई राज्यसभा से भी मेंबर इलेक्ट करके मिनिस्टर बनता है, इवन अ मेंबर इज इलेक्टेड फ्रॉम राज्यसभा एंड ही बिकम्स अ मिनिस्टर, ही सिट्स इन द लोकसभा. हैव यू नोटिस्ड दैट? आज तुम लोग चुप क्यों हो? आर्या,
Yes, sir.
Arya, tell me that this thing in entire Hindi. Have you noticed that a minister, जब कोई minister elect होता है, he even if he is elected from Rajya Sabha and made the minister, okay, he sits in Lok Sabha. आपने ये देखा है?
हाँ, देखा है.
मैंने कब देखा है?
हमेशा देखती हूँ ना, जब न्यूज़ में आता है.
एक मिनिस्टर का एग्जांपल दो.
इंग्लिश में दो.
नहीं देना, हिंदी में. Do you guys know why she is laughing? Because she wants, I know she knows Malayalam and she knows English. She doesn't know Hindi and she wanted me to talk with her. Palak knows that. She wanted me to talk with her in Hindi. If you listen her Hindi for 5 minutes, we all will commit suicide together. Arya, tell me.
सर, लाइक हम देखते हैं ना, लाइक टीवी में न्यूज़ में सब आते हैं ना, कुछ बिल अगर पास करना है तो देखते हैं ना. डोंट कॉम्प्लिकेट इट सो प्लीज.
Okay, proceed in English.
लाइक इंग्लिश
अब इंग्लिश में भी नहीं आता. Okay, wait. I'll tell you an example. The former Prime Minister of India, Shri Manmohan Singh, the Dr. Manmohan Singh, was a person who was elected into Rajya Sabha. Got it? Okay. But when he became the Prime Minister of India, he took part in the proceedings of the Lok Sabha. Remember that? You guys know that? Do you guys know that? He was not he was not elected into Lok Sabha. He was elected into Rajya Sabha, and he was elected into Rajya Sabha, but when he became the Prime Minister of India, he took part in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. That means when a person becomes minister from either house of the parliament, कहीं से भी बन सकते हैं, लोक सभा से भी, राज्य सभा से भी, but the person will take part in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. Former Defense Minister Shri A.K. Antony was a member of Rajya Sabha. Former Defense Minister A.K. Antony, yeah, Tanwarchand Gehlot, right answer. Soumya, correct. Former Defense Minister Shri A.K. Antony was from Rajya Sabha, but he sat in Lok Sabha. Okay, now I'll give you one more example. Do you guys know Arun Jaitley? Arun Jaitley का सुना है? Arun Jaitley, late Arun Jaitley. Arun Jaitley contested in Lok Sabha elections when Narendra Modi's party won. Shri Narendra Modi's party won the election. Arun Jaitley contested in Lok Sabha election, but he lost the elections. He contested in Lok Sabha elections, but he lost the elections. Okay. And he lost the elections. Then how did he become the minister? They gave him a Rajya Sabha seat. He was elected into Rajya Sabha. And from there they made him the minister, and he took part in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. So even the person becomes minister from Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, the person will take part in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. That means the ministry as a whole or the group of ministers is responsible to Lok Sabha. Individually, they are responsible to the President of India under Article 75 subclause 2, and collectively they are responsible to responsible to whom? They are collectively they are responsible to the Lok Sabha, that the House of People. Clear or not? Anyone has any doubt? Arya, you have any doubt?
Sir,
Arya will never.
Sir, they are not accountable to the Rajya Sabha. They'll not be answering.
No, they are not answerable to Rajya Sabha. Okay. Now, when I hear the term Council of Ministers, अब अर्पित माइक्रोफोन ऑन करो. अर्पित की हमें बहुत जरूरत है.
Hi Jithin, hi bhai.
हाँ, अर्पित प्रेजेंट है ना. मेजर साहब ये बताओ, what is no confidence motion?
Okay, no confidence motion is when the Lok Sabha feels when the Lok Sabha feels that they don't have the confidence on the Council of Ministers, then they can request for a voting within the Lok Sabha to check whether the Council of Ministers enjoy the confidence of the lower house of the Parliament. So voting is conducted, wherein if they do not get the required number of votes, then the Lok Sabha is dissolved and the fresh elections.
See, I'll make it simple. There is a government. Suppose the NDA government, the Modi government is there. Arpit. So suppose the opposition feels, the Congress party feels that Modi government does not have the power or does not have the majority to continue with the position. Modi government does not, so they will initiate a no confidence motion. Agar us no confidence motion is a like voting process which takes place in the lower house of the parliament, and if the ruling party loses the confidence, मतलब अगर 100 लोगों ने वोट दिया, उसमें से 50 लोग opposition को support करते हैं, government को support नहीं करते, then the government falls. Right? Agreed or not? Agreed or not? Agreed. Anyone has any doubt? Suppose Palak is our prime minister and and Arya is one of the minister, Manju, Norem, Navya, they are minister, Sharda is minister, Soumya is minister. As an opposition leader, I felt that यार इनके बस की नहीं है, they do not have the power to rule the country. मतलब उनके पास strength नहीं है. Okay, so what I will initiate a no confidence motion. We will conduct a voting inside Lok Sabha, and if they win, they can continue with the power. If I win, their government falls. So basically, this is no confidence motion to check whether the entire Lok Sabha or the strength or the ruling government has strength to continue with the power or not. Clear? Clear? Okay. अब मेरा question ध्यान से सुनो. Arya is saying Arpit talk in Malayalam. Yeah. Arpit is talking in Malayalam. Okay. Now listen. अब मेरे को कौन, अब एक मिनट रुक जाओ, लेट मी फाइंड आउट अ पर्सन. शारदा. अरे आर्या एंड अर्पित बस यार. शारदा. अरे शारदा, डोंट वरी, आई वोंट आस्क यू टू स्पीक इन हिंदी.
Yes.
Sharda, tell me one thing. Okay, tell me one thing. Listen to me very carefully. Can a no confidence motion be initiated against a single minister? Can a no confidence motion be initiated against a single minister by the opposition?
Sir, it can be done against an individual minister or a group of ministers, but it depends on the constitution.
No. No confidence motion cannot be initiated against a single minister. अगर भाई no confidence motion initiate कर रहा है तो it will be against the whole ministers, the whole government के against करेंगे कि if I am a part of Congress and if I initiate a no confidence motion, it will be that I don't have the confidence in the BJP government which is in the power. It won't be against like I don't have confidence in Amit Shah. It won't be against like I don't have confidence against Nirmala Sitharaman. It won't be against Narendra Modi. It will be NDA, the ruling party. I don't have the confidence in these people. Clear? So no confidence motion will always be initiated against the group of ministers. Agreed? Got it?
Yes.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That
Sir?
is why,
Sir, here the government means the Council of Minister or the like whole legislature, like the Lok Sabha.
Obviously, the Council of Ministers only will form the government, na? The
Yes, sir.
Council of,
So in case like no confidence motion is like they fail to pass the no confidence motion,
then
the Council of Ministers will be dissolved and a fresh new Council of Ministers will be selected from the Lok Sabha.
no,
and
the
from the
election
Lok
will,
Sabha.
beta nahi, Soumya dhyan se suno. In case the government loses the no confidence motion, in case the ruling party loses the no confidence motion, मतलब वो अब गिर गए, उनकी सरकार नहीं रही, BJP has fallen, NDA has fallen, and elections will be held again.
Okay.
Elections will be held again, then the people will vote and decide. Then again the people can vote for BJP. Then again the NDA government can, but elections will be done again. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now listen to me. So, यार मेरा कहने का मतलब है, ध्यान से सुनना. What I meant is, no confidence motion will always be initiated against a group of ministers, not against individual. Okay, yeah, definitely. अगर कोई अच्छी चीज नहीं होती है तभी, or if everything is fine, why a no confidence motion will be initiated? Okay, that means मेरा कहने का मतलब है कि the Council of Ministers are working on one principle. एक principle पे work करते हैं, which is very very important on part of Indian polity. That principle is the Council of Ministers work on the principle of swim and sink together. Swim and sink together. That means what is the principle? Swim and sink together. मतलब इसका मतलब क्या होता है, हमें मंजू बताएंगे. मंजू बताओ. मंजू पीछे अभी भी डिस्टर्बेंस है तो मना कर दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. साक्षी बता दो, तब तक मंजू नहीं है. मंजू पता नहीं कहाँ है. मंजू लिख रही है, मतलब पीछे अभी भी नॉइस आ रहा होगा, कोई बात नहीं. मंजू. साक्षी कहाँ है? साक्षी Navya is using headphone. Navya, Disha, tell me, what is this swing and swing together?
So it means if एक साथ चाहे तो तैरेंगे, चाहे तो एक साथ डूब जाएंगे, मतलब ऐसे इंडिविजुअली नहीं है कुछ इसमें. ग्रुप it is related to the whole group.
Yes, either they can complete their tenure as together, or if they fall, they will fall together. या तो 5 साल का tenure, 5 years का tenure एक साथ खत्म करेंगे, or they can fall together. Okay, there is no individual. ठीक है, one for all and for all for one. It is right. अमन साक्षी ने लिखा है पूरी सरकार गिर जाएगी, और अमन ने हम तो डूबेंगे सनम, तुम्हें भी साथ लेके डूबेंगे. हाँ, वेरी गुड. हाँ भाई, बिल्कुल, दैट्स द प्रिंसिपल. मतलब if a minister commits a mistake, then the entire ministry they can, या तो मिनिस्टर को रूलिंग पार्टी ही रिमूव कर देंगे. ये आज बहुत नॉस्टैल्जिक और रोमांटिक हो रहा है. ठीक है, लिखो. एक मिनट, कहां तक लिखवाया था? काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू लोकसभा लिखवा दिया था ना. काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू लोकसभा लिखवा दिया था. Okay, now right, it is based on the principle of swim and sink together. A no confidence motion can be introduced. A no confidence motion can be introduced and passed against the Council of Ministers. A no confidence motion can be introduced and passed against the Council of Ministers as whole. Not against individual minister. Not against individual minister. एक बार रीड करना जो मैंने लास्ट लाइन बताया, एक बार कोई लिप्सा रीड करना.
It is based on principle of swim and sing together. A no confidence motion can be introduced and passed against the Council of Ministers as a whole, not against the individual ministers.
Okay. Lipsa, which vitamin is very necessary for blood coagulation?
That's vitamin K.
पक्का?
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है. Do you know why I asked you this?
Yes, I know.
Sir, opposition can pass it individually or in group. They can obviously the majority. बेटा no confidence motion कोई भी अकेले पास नहीं कर सकता. सबसे पहली बात ये समझो. No confidence motion कैसे पास होगा? कुछ लोग एक नो कॉन्फिडेंस का रेसोल्यूशन देंगे. They will put a notice that we want a no confidence motion. उसमें कुछ लोग साइन करेंगे. Then the entire floor will have a voting on it. Not only a single party or a single individual, the entire Lok Sabha will have a voting. ठीक है? ठीक है? Okay. This was all about Council of Ministers. Now what we have to do is a very important topic from the mains perspective. Did you get that answer of socialism versus liberalization today? Did you get that answer? Okay. So that was a basic concept. I have noted the few points. Okay. I have just scribbled few points. So you can use that point. Basically, you got an idea ना what I meant. ठीक है, अमन समझ में आया मैंने क्या मीन किया था उससे, है ना? तो उसी पॉइंट्स को यूज करके आंसर फ्रेम करना. Now what you have to do is role of PM. We will come back to PPT, but this is mains point of view. Mains. What is the role of Prime Minister of India? Okay, so I'm going to give you a mains answer, a very elaborated answer. And so this is role of Prime Minister. So get ready to write this answer. Okay, are you guys ready? It will take approximately 15 minutes, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So after making you write each line, I will explain that line. Okay. वरना बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा. So after making you write each line, I'll explain that line. So please we are going to analyze the role of Prime Minister in the world's largest democracy. But we will start with a person, Harold J. Lasky. Who is the person? Harold J. Lasky. कौन है ये एक ब्रिटिश के इकोनॉमिक्स स्कॉलर कह सकते हैं. प्लीज राइट डाउन. The British scholar Harold J. Lasky, commenting on the role of Prime Minister, in a parliamentary form of government, held that the Prime Minister is central to the formation of Council of Ministers. Prime Minister is central to the formation of the Council of Ministers. He further went on to explain that the Prime Minister acts as life to the Council of Ministers, acts as life to the Council of Ministers, and can also lead to the death of Council of Minister, can also lead to the death of Council of Minister. जो ये ब्रिटिश स्कॉलर थे हेराल्ड जे लैस्की, इन्होंने कहा था द प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर. I already told you that when the prime minister takes oath, the council of minister comes into existence. ये मैंने पहले ही बता दिया था. Remember, I already told you, I've specified it. When Prime Minister of India takes the oath, the Council of Ministers comes into existence. This statement was certified by Herald J. Lasky. He was a British scholar. उन्होंने कहा कि Prime Minister का रोल बहुत बड़ा है. The role of Prime Minister is very vital in the formation of Council of Minister. The Prime Minister acts as life to the Council of Minister, and he can also lead to the death of Council of Minister. Because अगर Prime Minister of India मोदी आज कहते हैं मैं चाहता हूं मेरी गवर्नमेंट डिसॉल्व हो जाए, so he can recommend to the President of India to dissolve the government and go for re-election. Clear? Anyone has any doubt, you may please ask. Okay, now let us go further. The statement, please write in points. Okay, the statement of Lasky is very true. The statement of Lasky is very true and holds good for India also. ये जो लैस्की ने जो स्टेटमेंट दिया था इंडिया के लिए भी पूरा एक्ट वैलिड होता है. ठीक है, अभी बताता हूं कैसे. द लैस्की स्टेटमेंट होल्ड्स गुड फॉर इंडिया टू. इंडिया हैज अ पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. It is on the advice of the Prime Minister. The President appoints other ministers. in the Council of Ministers. इंडिया एक पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म है भाई, 2 लोकसभा और राज्यसभा है. प्राइम मिनिस्टर के एडवाइस पर जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर प्रेसिडेंट को बोलता है कि मुझे अमित शाह एज अ होम मिनिस्टर चाहिए, then the president appoints Amit Shah as a home minister. So it is the prime minister who advises the president whom all he wants in the council of minister. Clear? Any doubt, please ask. Palak, Sakshi, Sharda, Soumya, Noram, Navya, Lipsa, Arpit, Aditi. Okay, Manju. Okay,
So,
done.
can you repeat after it is on the advice of the Prime Minister?
The president appoints the council. The president appoints other ministers. Into the council of ministers. The president appoints other ministers into the council of ministers. Clear? Disha, I'm
Yes,
asking you.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. The PM, the Prime Minister, next point, the Prime Minister is the person who allocates, the Prime Minister is the person who allocates various portfolios to the minister. That means I'll tell you, like Amit Shah होम मिनिस्टर बनेंगे, निर्मला सीतारामन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर बनेंगी. ठीक है, ये क्या बोलते हैं, अरुण जेटली ये वाले मिनिस्टर बनेंगे, कोई भी XYZ. ठीक है, मेरे आई लॉस्ट द वर्ड्स. ओके, तो द प्राइम मिनिस्टर डिसाइड्स कि which person will hold which ministry. So the Prime Minister is the person who will decide that which portfolio is to be given to the which ministers. Okay, clear or not? मैं राजनाथ सिंह का नाम भूल गया था. ठीक है, ओके. आदित्य कुछ कह रही है. अच्छा आदित्य कह रही क्लियर। और क्या है? हाँ, प्लीज राइट डाउन नेक्स्ट पॉइंट। When the Prime Minister gives his resignation, the Council of Ministers comes to exist. When the Prime Minister gives his resignation, the Council of Ministers comes to an end. इतना लिख लो। जैसे ही एक देश के प्रधानमंत्री रेजिग्नेशन दे देते हैं तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ceases to exist और comes to an end। ठीक है, ceases to exist और comes to an end। ओके क्लियर? जैसे ही प्रधानमंत्री रेजिग्नेशन दे देते हैं तो काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स इज डिसॉल्व। क्लियर? ओके now right, it is a very big answer. Okay, very big answer. I'm going to explain each role. The prime minister acts as sorry कोरोना हो गया, अमन कोरोनिल है। The prime minister acts as the sole link. The prime minister acts as the sole link between the president and the council of minister. मतलब काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स की कोई भी बात, अगर काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स की कोई भी बात, if anything regarding to the council of minister has to be put in front of the president, it is the prime minister who will go in front of the president and put it forward. Okay, so it is the prime minister who will go in front of the president and put it forward. Clear? Okay, so prime minister is the link between the council of minister and the president. समझ में आ गया? ये पॉइंट समझ में आ गया? इसका पता नहीं कोरोना का कितना है, 10,000 रुपए कोरोना का। ओके, प्लीज राइट डाउन अंडर आर्टिकल 78 the prime minister of India under article 78 the prime minister of India is bound to inform the president all decisions. Under article 78 the prime minister of India is bound to inform the president all decision of council of ministers relating to administration affairs of union. Can anyone repeat what I said? Lakshmi, please unmute yourself. Lakshmi is not unmuting. Lakshmi.
Sir. Under Article 78, the Prime Minister of India is bound to inform the President all the decisions of Council of Ministers relating to the administration affairs of Union.
इसको हिंदी में बताना लक्ष्मी.
No sir, I can't.
Okay. No. President cannot directly ask the Council of Ministers to revert back its decision, Aman, but he can give his suggestions. Okay. So under Article 78, the Prime Minister will go. The Prime Minister अपने President को, भारतीय President को सारी चीजें बताते हैं कि जो Council of Ministers ने administration affairs of union मतलब whatever the affairs of union. For entire India, whatever decision has been taken, the Prime Minister of India is bound to inform the Honorable President of India. Clear? ठीक है? एक मिनट, किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा है? लिप्सा. Okay, Lipsa is saying yes. अब लिखो the prime minister, the prime minister, the prime minister. Palak, you want to ask something? Somebody is writing in the chat box but deleting it, so that's why I'm waiting. You want to ask something?
Yes, sir.
हाँ पूछो ना.
सर अगर जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर अपने एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव अफेयर्स के बारे में प्रेसिडेंट को बता रहे हैं और इफ प्रेसिडेंट थिंक्स दैट मतलब उसके सहमति में नहीं है तो देन व्हाट हैपेंस?
Then what happens सहमति में? It is not that प्रेसिडेंट का परमिशन चाहिए. If it is a bill, अगर बिल है तो मैं आपको पहले ही बता चुका, the president can use its veto power and can't sign the bill. Okay, but it is just an explanation. The president can definitely give his suggestion.
Okay.
Okay, the prime minister chairs the cabinet meetings. And set the agenda for such meeting. प्राइम मिनिस्टर एक ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं जो कैबिनेट मीटिंग सेट करते हैं. कैबिनेट मीटिंग मैंने बताया था ना, जो की मिनिस्टर्स की मीटिंग होती है उसको सेट करते हैं और उस मीटिंग को चेयर करते हैं. मतलब ही इज द पर्सन हु लिसन टू ऑल द मिनिस्टर्स. क्लियर. एंड उस मीटिंग में क्या डिस्कस होना है? इट इज द प्राइम मिनिस्टर हु डिसाइड्स. ओके, write down the next point. The prime minister has every right. The prime minister has every right to interfere into the affairs of any other ministry. The prime minister has every right to interfere into the affairs of every other ministry. ओके, कोई भी मिनिस्ट्री में ये जाकर इंटरफेयर कर सकते हैं. क्लियर. द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, अभी बहुत है. द प्राइम मिनिस्टर heads organization like the prime minister heads organization like Niti Aayog. The prime minister heads organization like Niti Aayog, interstate council. कोई भी नीति आयोग जैसे कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को ये हेड करते हैं. और इंटरस्टेट काउंसिल, व्हेन आई टीच यू गवर्नेंस, आई टीच यू व्हाट इज इंटरस्टेट काउंसिल. ओके, सो ही इज द पर्सन हु हेड्स दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. क्लियर और नॉट? ओके, राइट फर्दर. द प्राइम मिनिस्टर कैन intervene in any ongoing discussion in parliament में कोई भी डिस्कशन चल रहा है तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर कैन ऑलवेज पुट हिज ओपिनियन. सो प्राइम मिनिस्टर कैन इंटरवीन इन एनी ongoing discussion in the parliament. क्लियर और नॉट? कोई भी डिस्कशन चल रहा है लोकसभा राज्यसभा में, इन बोथ द हाउसेस ही हैज राइट टू प्रेजेंट हिज ओपिनियन इन बोथ द हाउसेस ऑफ पार्लियामेंट. क्लियर.
सर ये तो कोई भी मिनिस्टर हो सकता है?
नहीं, कोई भी मिनिस्टर, हर मिनिस्टर अपने या तो रूलिंग पार्टी उस मिनिस्टर को असाइन करे जवाब देने के लिए. ठीक है, इफ द रूलिंग पार्टी इज असाइनिंग पर्टिकुलर मिनिस्टर टू आंसर अ क्वेश्चन गिवन बाय ऑपोजिशन, और if the question is raised in respect to his ministry, अगर रेलवे मिनिस्ट्री के रिस्पेक्ट में कोई क्वेश्चन है तो रेल मिनिस्ट्री देगा या रूलिंग पार्टी ने उन्हें असाइन किया. बट प्राइम मिनिस्टर एक इकलौता व्यक्ति है, he can interfere into the proceedings of any ministry and he is answerable and he can interfere into the proceedings of the parliament by giving his opinion.
Okay sir.
पक्का ओके हो गया?
Yes.
Okay. The prime minister, continue. Is it getting boring? Aman, it is getting boring na? चुपचाप लिख ले, 20 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है, 20 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, तो तू लिख ही ले। तूने मुझे 10,000 रुपए में कोरोनिल बेचा था ना भी थोड़ी देर पहले, अमन कह रहा है फिर तो इंटरेस्टिंग है, तब से मैं सोच रहा था कि तेरे पास ज्यादा लिख पाऊंगा। आर्या समझ में आ रहा है? माइक्रोफोन ऑन करके बोलना, समझ में आ रहा है?
समझ में आ रहा है।
अच्छे से सब कुछ समझ में आ रहा है?
हाँ हाँ समझ में आ रहा है।
ठीक है। Okay, please write down. The Prime Minister is considered as the spokesperson of the government of India. The spokesperson of the government of India. The whole nation looks up to the Prime Minister. The whole nation looks up to the Prime Minister. Whole nation looks up to the Prime Minister for a statement during the national crisis. During the national crisis. पूरे देश के लिए या Government of India, when the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, is speaking a word, he is not speaking his individual opinion, he is representing the Government of India. Whenever we face, like Pulwama attack was one of the case, like whenever the nation is facing a crisis, we all look up to the Honorable Prime Minister of India for his single statement, because we know that he represents a billion people and his words is considered as the opinion of nation. His words is termed as the opinion of the government. So we all look to the Honorable Prime Minister of India when there is a national crisis like Pulwama, like in COVID-19 cases. We were all looking what the Prime Minister will come and say at 8 o'clock. And whenever he comes at 8 o'clock, there will be something which he is going to close. Either he will have a note ban or either he will put us in the closed doors. So whenever Prime Minister comes late evening, it is danger for us. So okay, he is most important political person of the country. He is most important political person of the country. He is most important political person of the country. So we can clearly state. That Prime Minister is not first among equals. Prime Minister is not first among equals, but Indian Prime Minister is more than that. Indian Prime Minister is more than that. So we can clearly state that the Prime Minister of India, the Prime Minister of world's largest democracy, is not the better one amongst us. मतलब हम लोगों में equal तो है, but एक first among the equal नहीं है. He is more than that. His political position is very, very important for the development of this nation. It's very, very important for the development of the nation. If you ask me, it is not the bills passed in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It is not the bills passed in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It is not the will of the Prime Minister. It is definitely the skill of the Prime Minister which is going to rule this country. If our Prime Minister is a skilled Prime Minister and if he is not performing, like Sri Manmohan Singh was a very skilled person. He passed many bills, but to take strong decision, we need a strong Prime Minister with a strong will. So it is not the bills with number of bills which are passed in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Like there has been end number of bills passed in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha on rape cases, but still rape cases are taking place. Many ministers are very skilled. They pass large number of bills, but to take correct action to have a proper impact on the society, we need a strong political will. And if the Prime Minister of this nation has a strong political will, the nation will be on the path of development. We will be definitely able to generate a nation with iron arms and strong determination. That is enough for the Prime Minister. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया? क्या समझ में आया? Okay, shall I continue? Okay. Now the next point we are going to do is, next point we'll do it from the slide. Till I open the slide. Okay. So, Lipsa, tell me, Lipsa. Lipsa, एक बात बताओ. You are in USA, so you know the ground level reality. So will Donald Trump become the president of USA once again?
Might be, yes.
Do you think so?
Yes.
What is the percentage of chance of the opposition?
वो पता नहीं, but many things are happening, like going beyond the level. बहुत सारी चीजें हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे जो कि बताना नहीं चाहिए, like ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म पे, but it's still happening.
फिर मत बताओ.
But he will.
नहीं. मत बताओ.
I don't want to comment any controversy till my visa is there.
हाँ. अच्छा, कह रही मैं कंट्रोवर्सी में नहीं आ रही, मेरी वीजा चली जाएगी. ये लोग भी मतलब ही. अच्छा, तो हमें ये पता चल गया कि लिप्सा को यूएसए की बहुत बातें पता है. सो द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ डिस्कशन इज अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया. भाई, हु इज अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया? कौन है ये बंदा? हु इज अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया? बताओ. कौन बताएगा अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया? हु इज ही? Yes. Now, Palak Mahajan, switch on your microphone.
Yes.
Do you remember something in past few days back about Attorney General of India?
No.
पक्का?
भी याद नहीं आ रहा.
मैं डेट बता देता हूँ, October 4th.
उस दिन तो हमारा एग्जाम हुआ था.
आपका एग्जाम हुआ था. तू ना बादाम खा ले. Simple. I showed you the home of Attorney General of India, if you remember. Yes. At that time she called me and I was just in front of the Attorney General.
You were roaming on the street.
यार सारी बातें नहीं बताते ना, लोग सोचेंगे मेरे को कोई काम नहीं. I was right there in front of the Attorney General's house and I showed her the Attorney General of India's house, and there was one more. PJ Joseph's house was there. I mean, कह रहा है तभी तो कोरोना हो रहा है. मैं किसी काम से गया था. So PJ Joseph's house was there and many ministers' house was there. I showed her. इसको कुछ याद तो रहता नहीं, इनको कुछ लाइव दिखाना ही नहीं चाहिए. So the Attorney General of India is K.K. Venugopal. Okay. So now, what is the role of Attorney General? क्या करते हैं ये भाई साहब? क्या करते हैं? इस स्लाइड में देखने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. मैं हर चीज आउट ऑफ स्लाइड में पूछता हूँ. क्या करते हैं? Represent government as a lawyer. Very correct, Sakshi. सबसे पहले the Attorney General of India advises the government of India on legal matters. मतलब he, Aman can have his own advocate. Aman can have his own lawyer. Attorney General of India is the legal advisor or an advocate of the government of India. He is the legal advisor or advocate of government of India. Okay. He is the legal advisor. Yeah, he also advises President of India. Okay, but majorly he is to advise the government of India. Okay, now We will analyze Attorney General in a very deep manner. Okay, we will advise the Attorney General in a very deep manner. So write down in a very big heading, Attorney General of India. The first thing, किसने कहा है देश का एक अटॉर्नी जनरल होना चाहिए? किसने कहा है? Under Article 76 of Indian Constitution, it is clearly stated that there should be an Attorney General of India. Article 76 of Indian Constitution कहता है भारत देश का एक Attorney General होना चाहिए. So please write down, Attorney General of India. Attorney General of India is a constitutional office. Attorney General of India is a constitutional office under Article 76 of Indian Constitution. Under Article 76 of Indian Constitution. He is the first legal officer. He is the first legal officer of the Government of India. He is the first legal officer of the Government of India. Okay, the first legal officer of the Government of India. He is appointed by the President. He is appointed by the President. So Article 76 कहता है कि भारत देश का एक Attorney General होना चाहिए. Okay, he is the first legal officer. इस देश का पहला legal officer. मतलब he is the first legal officer. आपके पेपर में question आएगा, who is the first legal officer of Government of India? So you will just go and blindly take the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. No, the first legal officer of this nation is Attorney General of India. ठीक है? ठीक है? Now, he is appointed by the President. He is appointed by the President. President साहब इनको अपॉइंट करते हैं. ठीक है? Now, what is his qualification? Please write down the qualification to be the Attorney General of India. Qualification to be the Attorney General of India. He must be eligible. He must be eligible to be appointed as. He must be eligible to be appointed as Judge of Supreme Court. मतलब a person qualified to be a Judge of Supreme Court, एक ऐसा व्यक्ति who can be the judge of, who fulfills all the criteria to be the Judge of Supreme Court can only be the Attorney General of India. So the person must be very much qualified to be the Supreme Court judge in order to be the Attorney General of India. Clear? Clear or not? Okay. Is his salary fixed? इनकी सैलरी कितनी होती है? His salary is not fixed. The President, and on the deliberation of the President and the Attorney General, it is decided. मतलब his salary is not fixed. मतलब अलग अलग लोगों Attorney General अलग अलग बार बनते हैं. Every time if the Attorney General changes, so the caliber of the person determines his salary. Okay, so the salary of Attorney General of India is not fixed. The salary of Attorney General of India is not fixed. ठीक है? His major function, the major function is, सबसे बड़ा काम ये क्या करते हैं? He gives legal advice to the Government of India. भारत सरकार को, the Government of India को he gives a legal advice. इतना समझ में आ गया? इतना समझ में आ गया? In next, अमन क्या समझ में नहीं आया? अच्छा, अमन ने पहले वाला नो लिखा है. Okay, ये जो चीज है, I'm telling you, from this Attorney General in next year's exam there will be a question. Okay, मंजू को समझ में आ गया? नौरम, लक्ष्मी, अब आगे लिखो स्पेशल पावर्स. अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया की स्पेशल पावर्स क्या होती है? भाई इस व्यक्ति की स्पेशल राइट्स क्या होती है? ठीक है, राइट डाउन स्पेशल पावर्स ऑफ अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया. Special powers of Attorney General of India. He has the right to audience. He has the right to audience in all the courts of the country. He has the right to audience in all the courts of the country. भारत देश में जितने भी कोर्ट है, be it a district court, be it a subordinate court, attorney general can go and sit and listen to the case. कोई भी केस चल रहा हो, वो ये भी केस हो सकता है कि मंजू has fought with Lakshmi. Attorney general can come and listen to your court case. Okay, so he has the power of audience in any court of the country, and he has the right of right to be an audience and listen to any case throughout the country. Clear or not? Now, Navya is asking something. Navya, please ask fast. Are you asking something? Jaldi, jaldi, jaldi. Navya, ask why we have given you this microphone. But how is it important? What it is important? Tell me what you are asking. Audience in all courts of the country. Very simple. If in a district court, Navya, you are from which state? You are from Telangana or Andhra Pradesh? Navya is not listening. Navya is from Telangana. Suppose a district court or a subordinate court, Navya, let us take example of a very small court, subordinate court. In that court, a person has launched a complaint. Navya has gone and launched a complaint against the government of India. Government of India. The government of India can only reply to Navya once the Attorney General knows what Navya has given in the complaint. Definitely, na. So Attorney General is the concerned person who will defend in the government of India. Obviously, whatever allegation you have put on the government of India, Attorney General will be always be the right person to defend. So once the Attorney General comes to know what has been said in that court, then only that he will be able to reciprocate with it. So he has the power to listen to all the cases in the country. Clear? Now he has the right. He has the right to take part in the proceedings of the parliament. He has the right to take part in the proceedings of the parliament without right to vote. Without right to vote. So he can sit in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. Agar Lok Sabha mein koi discussion ho raha hai, to he can go and sit there. He can go and sit in Rajya Sabha, but he won't be part of that voting. Like, do you support the bill or do you oppose the bill? No, he won't raise his hand during that voting, but he can listen whatever discussion going is, whatever is the discussion going in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, because there can be a bill, there can be a discussion which is going against the government. So Attorney General is the person who is to defend the government. So unko ye pata hona chahiye what is the discussion all about. So he has the right to sit in the Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha and take part in the proceedings of the House. He will not have right to vote. Clear or not? Clear or not? Now, Parliament forms very large number of parliamentary committee. Parliament forms very large number of parliamentary committee. किसी भी चीज को स्टडी करने के लिए, like tax को स्टडी करने के लिए, corruption को स्टडी करने के लिए, there are large number of parliamentary committees which is formed. Okay, Attorney General can be part of any parliamentary committee. He can be appointed as part of any parliamentary committee, be it on law committee, be it on tax committee, be it on corruption committee, be it on women empowerment committee, X, Y, Z committee. If the government wishes, the Attorney General can be put into that committee, and it is written in the Constitution under Article 88 that Attorney General of India can take part in the proceedings or of any parliamentary committee, and he can be appointed as a member of any parliamentary committee. So please write down. Please write it down. The Attorney General of India. The Attorney General of India. The Attorney General of India can be appointed as member of any parliamentary committee, can be appointed as member of any parliamentary committee under Article 88 of Indian Constitution, under Article 88 of Indian Constitution, under Article 88 of Indian Constitution. इतना समझ में आ गया? इतना समझ में आ गया? अटॉर्नी जनरल क्या होता है, इससे बाहर कुछ नहीं पूछा जाएगा. एक चीज और पूछा जाएगा, बताता हूं क्या है. ओके, एक चीज और पूछा जाता है. राइट डाउन, राइट डाउन, राइट डाउन. दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. द अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया, the Attorney General of India is assisted by, the Attorney General of India is assisted, इनको सपोर्ट करने के लिए is assisted by two solicitor generals. Okay, in order to support the Attorney General, two solicitor generals are there and 4 additional solicitor generals. 4 additional solicitor generals are there. Matlab, majorly there are 2 solicitor generals who will support the Attorney General of India, and to support the solicitor generals and attorney generals, 4 additional solicitor generals are there. ठीक है? So 2 solicitor general and 4 additional solicitor generals are there to support. क्योंकि भाई एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के ऊपर मल्टीपल केस हो सकते हैं. There can be multiple cases against the government of India, so it is not possible for the Attorney General to attend all the cases. So he can send 2 solicitor generals, or there are 4 additional solicitor generals. ठीक है? So this is the thing. Now my question is, who appoints the Attorney General of India? Who appoints? President. Right answer. अभी लिखवाया था सौम्या, अभी लिखवाया था, the President appoints Attorney General of India. अभी. Okay. Okay. Now, who appoints the Solicitor General of India? It's not the President. It's not the President. Yes, it is an appointment committee of cabinet. It is an appointment committee of cabinet. Okay, a cabinet ministry's appointment committee. Okay, and it comes under which ministry? It comes under which ministry? It comes under Ministry of Law and Justice. Okay, so the Solicitor Generals are appointed by Appointment Committee of Cabinet. Solicitor Generals are appointed by Appointment Committee of Cabinet, and it comes under Ministry of Law and Justice. Okay, Ministry of Law and Justice. So Solicitor Generals को एक Appointment Committee जो कि Ministry of Law and Justice approve करती है, वो appoint करती है, but Attorney General is appointed by Attorney General is appointed by the Honorable President. And who is the Attorney General of India? Who is the Attorney General of India? The Attorney General of India is K. Venugopal. ठीक है? these questions won't be asked, but who appoints wala question can be asked, names they won't ask. This was all about Attorney General of India. Okay, no, one more thing, add to it. Can an Attorney General, agar suppose let us take example of Chumpi. If Chumpi becomes Attorney General of India, can she practice as a private advocate? क्या ये as a private advocate practice कर सकती है? If Chumpi becomes Attorney General of India, Chumpi बताओ. Chumpi?
No, sir.
बेटा अमन ने no बोला है, नव्या no, Chumpi no. Chumpi, what's your answer? Can Attorney General of India practice as a private advocate? Tell me.
No, sir.
Chumpi's voice is not coming. Okay. Chumpi has said no. Okay. Lipsa, Palak is saying yes. Kyun Palak? Why yes? Why yes? If no, why? If yes, why? Palak, batao why yes? Yes and why no? Both you have to explain. Like if you are
because it's not a government
आवाज नहीं आ रही पलक.
So hello.
Like there might be a problem with my microphone. There might be a problem. Can you guys hear Palak?
Hello, sir.
Can you guys hear Palak?
Can you hear me?
Okay, but I can't hear. There might be a problem with my microphone. Just a minute. I'll sort it out. Just a minute. Okay. Just a minute. Now speak something.
Hello.
अभी भी नहीं आ रही. Just a minute, okay? Wait. Speak something.
Hello.
Now it's audible. देखा engineering करने का फायदा होता है. Now tell me, continue.
Sir, that Attorney General of India is not a government employee, na? So he's not debarred from any like private. He can do whatever he wants, but he cannot go against the government.
अच्छा, he can do whatever he wants.
मतलब he can do his private practice.
अच्छा, ऐसा किसने बोला?
ऐसे पता नहीं.
ये मतलब ऐसी फीलिंग आई.
हाँ सर.
चलो लिख लो. आर्या एक मिनट अनम्यूट. दिस इज माय लास्ट टॉपिक फॉर द डे, सो आई हैव फ्यू मिनट्स लेफ्ट. आर्या एक बार अनम्यूट करना. आर्या, she won't unmute.
Yes, sir.
I can hear. Relax. Arya, can Attorney General? नहीं रुको. Can नहीं एक मिनट. Arya, Attorney General private practice कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते?
कर सकते हैं.
क्यों कर सकते हैं?
Because I heard Palak answer.
I heard Palak answer. Very good. Please write it down. The Attorney General can practice as an advocate. Can practice as an advocate. But cannot stand in a court of law. Against the government of India. मतलब he can have private practice, but he cannot fight a case against the government of India. Okay, so if he is practicing a private case, he can, but he is not eligible to fight or liable to fight against the government of India. Okay, clear? Whatever has been taught. The best line of today's class was Arya's Hindi and Aman's line. हम तो डूबेंगे सर, हम तुम्हें भी ले डूबेंगे वाला line. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to do parliament. So I can price will be shared by us. I'll tell you. Once I was teaching you guys single proportional transferable, single transferable vote on the president part. His time period. He's okay. Manju has asked a question. Manju has asked Attorney General's time period. If you want, you please write down. Attorney General enjoys his office at the pleasure of president. Like, if the president wants the attorney general to be removed, he will be removed. So whenever a president appoints the attorney general, and the president is the authority to remove the attorney general, so he enjoys the office till the president is there. If the president changes, he can appoint a new attorney general. So it is up to the pleasure of the president. So the attorney general is elected. Clear, Manju?
Jithin, a question is.
Yeah, Arpit.
Attorney General its appointment is a constitutional appointment.
Yeah.
So how can he practice in private? It's not allowed to practice.
See, what it is written in Constitution under Article 76, there should be an Attorney General of India. It is not stated that it is a government office. He is a government authority. It is not stated anywhere. He is an authority who is working for government of India. Okay, he can have his own practice because his salary is not fixed. He can take 1 rupee and work as a philanthropist for government of India. He can work as an attorney general for free. That is it's up to his willingness. He can work as a philanthropist working for government of India as free, but at the same time he can practice as an advocate in any private court. But the only thing is, he cannot practice in a case where against the government of India, where government of India is one of the party. अगर government of India उस case में एक party है, तो he cannot practice in that case against the government of India. Got it? Okay, Arpit ne okay बोल दिया.
Sir, and same holds for Solicitor General and Additional Solicitor General.
Yeah, same holds. Major the question will come from Attorney General. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Arya, learn Hindi, huh?
धन्यवाद.
Okay.
Arya, I will help you. Don't worry.
Yeah, come let's have a Hindi class now.
हाँ ठीक है.